Ckemi Shqipes and welcome back to another video. Joe, tell them what we're doing today.
We're doing another 2-minute talk. Oh my god.
What?
You proper...
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Is it good?
Yeah.
With a knife. Okay guys, so the first question is, why can an Albanian boy go out with mates, but when a girl wants to go out with mates, it's a problem? So, time starts now. Let's go. Alright.
I think that mainly comes down to your family, but as a whole, Albanians, girls can't do certain things because they're required to stay in the house and do the housework, whereas boys, they don't have any chores, so they can go out, and it's seen as a bad thing, like, oh, Visa, whatever, was out with girls or boys.
I think traditionally it's more acceptable for boys to go out late and whatever. It's just, girls are seen as more vulnerable, you know, on the streets, especially like late at night and stuff. So, especially with like Albanian parents, they're very strict about stuff like that. So they don't want their male children to be hanging around the streets either, but girls more so, because obviously...
Do you think it's vulnerability or the fact that they care about what other people think?
Both.
Which one do you think is a more deciding factor?
Probably they care what people think,
yeah,
because
100%.
Because we're just like that, you know. We just care about other people's opinions too much. Oh, vazati del there and that not things like that.
Especially in areas like this, like London, where people know each other. Like I don't know about you, but in my ends, we don't really have that many Albanians.
Same, to be honest. No.
So basically, no one's gonna talk. Whereas in here, your neighbour's probably your cousin or your cousin's cousins or someone that you know. So around your area, you will have Albanians who know each other. Will see your mum, will see your dad, and speak. So that's what people fear, I think. That someone will see them and it will come back to them, and it does. That's what happens a lot.
So why do you think girls more so? Do you think that girls need to be more classy and hold up more of a stay-at-home kind of reputation, or
they can do whatever they want?
But in my opinion, I think that girls are subject to more judgment and more criticism than boys are. That's just traditionally how it is.
Next question is Albanians that forget or don't know how to speak Albanian. So I'm guessing it's our opinion on that. What do you think?
Well, I think we've discussed this before, but when you leave the country and you're not in Albania or Kosovo, it's hard to hold on to the language or learn it, because you're not around Albanians. You're going to be around English people every day. Let's say you're in England, you learn it in school, like we said before, your parents learn it, so you talk it with them. And it's not the easiest language either. Like, Albanian is a very difficult language to learn.
But that's not to say that you should forget it.
No, of course not. But I'd say that's one of the factors why it would be easier to forget or harder to learn. So if you want your kid to know Albanian that much, then I'm not being funny, you should be speaking it only Albanian. Like I know
at home, like what we do. For people that can't speak Albanian, who do you think is to blame? Themselves? Their parents? A lot of people say, I've seen a lot on Twitter that people be like about people not speaking Albanian, and a lot of people quote tweet it and be like, I think it's down to the parents. What do you think about that?
I think it is the parents, ultimately, because people say, but the kid has to want to learn. Well, at the end of the day, it's the parents who makes the kid want to learn.
Yeah, but then you have some kids that will come home and be like, I don't want to speak Albanian. They find it hard. So let's say you're telling a story. You find it easier to say in English than you know in Albanian because you don't know certain words. So that's how it starts. So you just like, let me just say this in English. So you start adding some words in English, and you just say the whole story in English. And then gradually you get so used to speaking to them in English that it's normal for you to speak in English, and it feels weird for you to speak Albanian. Like for me, it feels weird for me to speak English to my parents.
It's not necessarily anyone's fault, but I think traditionally, like older generation Albanians, if they see, let's say, I don't know, your parents' cousins or whatnot, or siblings, and see your kids not speaking Albanian, they'll say like, why haven't you taught your child Albanian? They'll shift the blame onto you, but I think there's too many factors to come into it to put the blame on any one person. But
I think this is worth a bigger debate. The next question is, which dialect of Albanian is better?
Gig.
The Shkodran. Whoa! See, the camera didn't agree with that.
Imagine if it dropped, you said.
So where were we? Which dialect of Albanian is better?
Gig and Tusk. Wait, which one's North? Gig and North. If I hear a southerner speak,
I'm not gonna understand them.
It's like a different language. I swear to God, it's like I straight up can't have a conversation with someone from South Albania.
Like, cha.
Yeah.
I think it just comes down to where you're from. So if you're from the south, you're gonna prefer south. If you're from the north, you're gonna prefer north. Everyone's always gonna prefer their kind of accent. You know when you speak Albanian to your parents, don't you feel like it's a different kind of Albanian compared to when you speak to other people? Or let's say your family, they all have the same dialect.
Yeah.
Then when you speak to other Albanians, you feel like you have to speak a bit different. Is that just me?
I think that's just you.
Okay.
I just speak how I speak, innit? If someone
No,
understands me, that's their choice. But like,
yeah, of course. But like, I'll say, like, obviously, I'm from the Katon, innit? So we have like Katonara words.
Yeah.
Compared to like the city people, the literal way of saying Albanian. So if I'm speaking to someone else, I'll try and use the literal words rather than the. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In a way.
Those kind of
But
words.
if you're thinking that fast, then that's a good thing, because I don't really think that fast, to be honest. When I'm in
But that's
conversation,
why I
with
mess
someone-
up, because when I'm speaking Albanian to other people, I mess up because I'll be like, it's not as comfortable to speak.
Yeah.
So everyone gets gas when they hear their own dialect, I guess. So there's no
Yeah.
better or worse. It's just everyone's better.
Comment below what you think. What's your favourite Albanian
Well,
dialect?
obviously North is better.
All right. This is a big debate. What do we call
But we say
watermelon?
the same thing.
We do. Bostan.
Bostan.
If you say shalchi, something's wrong with you, innit? You need to get your head checked out. What's shalchi, man?
What
Like,
do your parents say?
Bostan, man. Bostan.
The other day, my dad said shalchi. He was like, I've got some shalchi for you. And I was like, shalchi? Why do you call it that? He was
Yeah.
like, you can call it both. And I was like, no. You
Just
say
me.
Bastan, we stick to Bastan.
I've only known Bostan like until about 2-3 years ago. Someone said it. I was like, what? Like they were holding it and they were like, I don't know what they said. It's shalchi or
I've done
something.
shalchi.
I was like, what you want? What's that? He's like, this. I was like, what? Nah, mate, you're thinking of something else.
Albanian men don't cheat.
I think that's just something Albanian men and women want to believe, because anyone can cheat from any country,
Yeah.
from anywhere.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really matter, to be honest. You know, cheating, yeah. It's there's no way that you can say, oh, he's gonna cheat, he's not. It's
If you have committed and you have agreed to commit to this person,
Yeah.
then you shouldn't cheat.
yeah, of course. But you tell yourself you're gonna do a lot of things. Oh, I'm gonna go on a diet for 2 weeks. 1 week in, you're eating McDonald's. Like,
Yeah, but then
know
you
what
have
I
the
mean?
choice to be like, you know, I'm not going to do healthy eating anymore. So you can be like, you know what, I'm not going to do this relationship anymore.
I completely agree. If you think you're gonna cheat, you should get yourself out of the relationship in the first place.
Yeah, but you have a time. It doesn't just happen.
But
You'll
not-
be like, oh, you start speaking to someone, and be like, you know what, kind of like this person more.
You never
Maybe
know.
dump
You,
this
you
person.
never know, because you don't know how you feel in a relationship. Like you might think, oh, I love that person, I'm never gonna cheat on them. Go out one night, yeah. Go out since the first time you've been with them, yeah. Go out for the first time since being with them in a relationship. Get drunk and whatnot. Boom. Sleep with someone else.
You think that just happens?
Yeah, 100%.
No,
I think
man.
it does. Yeah.
They've made that choice to make that happen.
I think when you're sober, you have more control over.
No. When you're drunk, you also have control. You don't just fall onto someone.
No, you do.
No
you
way.
Do, no, you do have control. I agree that you have control, but
Yeah.
but you can get to a point where you're so drunk that you just your rational decision making just goes out the window.
Now, if you're in that level of so
You know what I mean?
drunk, you'll be on the floor passed out. You won't be able to do anything.
Nah, I
if you're
don't agree
able
with
to
that.
move around and cheat on someone, then you are very conscious of what you're doing.
I don't think you are.
100%. So men can cheat, women can cheat. It
Anyone
doesn't matter
can.
on their race, it just matters on the person.
Albanian men, we're loyal.
We've got this question before, but I can't find it. But basically, it's the idea that do you think Albanians from England are different to the Albanians in other places, such as Germany, Switzerland,
I don't think so.
Italy?
Reason being,
I don't think so.
when you meet up like with your family, let's say from different countries, I don't know, Italy, America, whatnot, you still feel like you've grown up with them and like you know them to that degree. Especially when like you're talking Albanian and stuff to them. If you're talking in like different languages and stuff, then it does feel different, because they'll have different sense of humor, different.
Okay, but
different
what about
lifestyle.
like characters, like the way they view stuff? Like if you think about it, in England we're so like that's a health and safety hazard. You can't do this. You can't say this. Everything
Yeah.
you can't do. Let's
But
say.
I still think we are so similar no matter where you go, because Albania is such a small country, obviously, and we're all so close in that sense that the variation from person to person isn't that wide. So
Well, part of your personality comes from your environment.
yeah, definitely. But what I'm saying is, if you've grown up with your parents, they've sort of instilled that culture into you, and their
Yes.
mindset is coming from they've grown up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
So
then that's only partly what your parents teach you. You ain't gonna necessarily go out and do. Imagine the person you are now. Would you be this person if you grew up back home?
No.
No, you wouldn't have this opportunity. Right now, I especially would not be able to film these kind of videos if I was living in the Canton. Because society is different in different countries, so obviously that shapes them. So I think 100%. Everyone in England is so cold and so like to themselves.
I agree with
so
that.
UK as a whole, so obviously that's affected our Albanians. We're more cold and we're less joined together. Whereas in other places, they're more joined together, more like loving and whatnot. Right now, we're so distant from each other because of the environment we are in and because we get lack of sun. No vitamin D.
Yeah, we get no sun, man. Yeah, no, that's true, innit? If you go back to Albania and see all the groups of like friends and stuff, they're all linking arms, like there's so much love. You come here, everyone's just like quick, safe, you know what I mean?
Time, everyone's in a rush. Also, on the street, you say to people, I don't know if you say it, oh, hello there.
Yeah.
People you don't know. Here, if you smile at someone, they'll be like, what do you want?
What do you want?
Do you want beef?
What are you looking at?
Yeah. Next question is politics.
Politics. I don't know nothing about Albania.
neither.
All I know is that Eder Ahmet is the Prime Minister, and that's it.
He's not the Prime Minister.
Why?
Okay, he is the Prime Minister, but he's not the President.
I didn't say he was the President.
Yeah, no, just...
Who is the President? Lulzim Barsha?
No, what's the other guy?
When I say I know nothing, I don't know.
No, some other guy. He's got like a Kosovan name, but he's not Kosovan.
I don't know. Can you like tell us some politics stuff in the comments? Educate us a little bit, because we need to be a bit informed.
No, we can't post this on because we look dumb. Because they'll be like, you're making ALBChat, you don't even know about Albania.
Oh, we ain't here to answer
His
politics.
name is...
about politics.
Ilir Meta.
Oh yeah.
Next question is, bring me in the video.
We've got 2 seats in the back here, so we can have 2 people.
On a serious note though, guys, if you do want to beam our videos, if you go into our Instagram profile, we've got an email, so send us an email.
Or just DM us.
Or, okay, DM us or email us a short video of yourself, saying your name, your age, and something interesting about yourself and what you think you would bring to ALBChat.
And so what we can do with that is basically keep a sort of record of people who we think are interested in being in the video. So if we ever need people in the future, then we can come to you guys basically. So
because we also like to do different kind of videos. So if we see that you'd be perfect for one video, we'd bring you in and whatnot. So it would be good to have
a variation.
Yeah.
Selection.
And that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
If you did enjoy the video, guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Link is in the bio. It's just ALBChat. And yeah, we regularly post stories asking you guys to leave us questions. So, or you can DM us questions.
Or you can leave comments below.
Yeah, so whatever you want, and we may use them in future videos.
It's out.
Real passion.